All right. Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Yahweh Shah, Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Yahweh Shah, Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Yahweh Shah, Kolo Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rachaha, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well where we learn this knowledge, wisdom, and truth from. This is Lakamah Kama from the Virginia branch of Great Millstone, and I pray that this lesson be edifying. Getting straight to the point, this is Teddy Roosevelt statue, and he has Gad to the left and Judah to the right, Yahweh. And it's, the scripture that we bring out for this is Ecclesiastes 10, and I'll get it real quick. This is Ecclesiastes 10 and 7. It says, I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. It says, he that diggeth in the pit shall fall into it, and whoso breaketh in the hedge, a serpent shall bite him. So, as you see, Teddy Roosevelt, which is an Edomite, he, as his lineage, right now, they're on top. But, the two servants that's walking the ground next to him, they're the Israelites. They're the children of the Most High. And even though at our lowest state, we create and do the most wonderful things on the earth. And I screenshotted this for a reason, because lately a lot of history has been coming out on how Jake, invents everything. So this right here is a screenshot of Alice Parker. It says, you're warm in the winter because of Alice Parker, a black woman, and we know they say black because that's a social construct. It says pioneered central heating in 1919. So I'm going to go and read a little bit on her real quick. I'm going to put Alice Parker 1919. And I'm not going to go too far into it, but I want to get to the point. It says, oh man, yeah, I wish I could see this, because when you Google Alice Parker, they show a lighter woman. She almost looks like an Edomite, but that's part of that whitewashing. They don't want nothing to look, of a darker hue. But it says Alice H. Parker was an African-American inventor who revolutionized home heating by patenting a groundbreaking natural gas-powered central heating system on December 23rd, 1919. And they give the patent number. It says her design allowed for individualized temperature control in different rooms via a network of ducts, addressing the inefficiency and safety hazards of coal or wood-burning fireplaces. Because, back in the day, to keep the house hot, you had to shovel coal out in the furnace. And the furnace usually was like in the basement, But, I brought that out real quick because everywhere you turn, you see what Jake created. And I believe your boy DJ Trump put up, he was on the podium talking about how America created everything. But it gets deeper than that. No, Israelites in America created everything, and it's not just in America, it's just because the Most High has created a special thing in us that these other nations don't carry. Let's go to Jeremiah 10 and 16. It says, yes, Jeremiah 10 and 16. It says, come on, what's going on with this? I don't know what's going on. All right, here we go. It says, the portion of Jacob is not like them. Like who? Like these other nations. For he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Yahweh of hosts is his name. And what that means, hosts mean armies, you know what I mean? So it says the portion of Jacob is not like them. Like who? Like E. Like these other nations. Because what is E? Let's go to Job 30 and 8. It says, come on. It says, they were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were violent in the earth. And we know that this guy over here, where am I at? Right here. In the middle, he's an Edomite, and they are very violent, they're very evil, very wicked, pursuing to Habakkuk 2 and 4, and we can get that. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up Salaki, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. And who is the just? The just is, you see these two guys standing next to the horse, you know. The scriptures say the meek shall inherit the earth. We're at the low, but hey, when it's all said and done, pursuing the second Ezra 6 and 9, we're going to be on top. You know what I mean? And I got one more. And when people have a chance, check this out. This says, hidden in plain sight, meet Roy Hamilton, the man Elvis Presley copied. And, you know, some people think Elvis is a Jake, but, you know, sometimes you can mimic Jake. Like, I know a lot of Philippines, man, they you know, they dance their tail off. A lot of them are Jake. And also Moab. They you know, they're so good at mimicking, they can make it look like they could dance as good as Jake. But, you know, sometimes if you just put a beat on, they might not be able to bounce correctly to it. Or I'm not going to say correctly, because that's the way the Most High designed them. They're not going to bounce with the soulfulness of an Israelite, you know? But this guy right here, man, he made so many songs, and it's clear as day that Elvis, you know, copied his style, man. Whether it's up tempo or slow tempo, you could tell that's where Elvis got it from. And you know, this thing keeps going on and on. Like, you got the liquor Jack Daniels, right? The guy who actually created Jack Daniels was one of his slaves. I'm talking about the liquor. And his name was Uncle Nearest. And just recently, within the past, I guess 10 years maybe? I might be wrong, 10, 15 years. Uncle Nearest's family finally created, you know, patented the actual liquor that Uncle Nearest made, because Jack Daniels patented it and produced it. But Uncle Nearest's actual liquor is being pushed now, and I never had it, but people say it's better than Jack Daniels, you know. So, you know, and this is just little examples. You could go on and on and on. Even with the internet, Jake started that. Stop sign. I could keep going on and on. And there's a reason for that. No matter how low we're at, you know, we can make something out of nothing. Even everybody knows who cooks the best. And even though it was wicked when we were on plantation fields, he would give us the slop, the bottom of the swine, and Big Mama would make it taste like something. Even though we wasn't supposed to be eating that, but we were under subjection. And you know, there's a reason why we can make everything popping, even in the hood. Jake ain't had no money, so what did they do? They went to the daggone corner store and got $5 t-shirts, mustered up some cheap Pumas or Shell Toes or Chuck Taylors. Now, remember, back in the day, Chuck Taylors was like $30. They a lot more expensive now, but, you know, and they made that a look. Primarily on the West Coast and Midwest, you will see that. Oh, and they'll buy the little khakis. That ain't cost nothing. The little flannels, the Pendletons. You know, on the East Coast, we call them lumberjacks. You know what I mean? But, you know, we made that look like something. And why is that? And this is why. Zechariah 2 and 8. And it says, for thus said Yahweh of hosts, after the glory have he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you, and all these nations have you know, basically brought us low. It says, for he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. So, you know, where the Most High is famous. I'm not famous, Salaki, favorite, you know, and And prophecy will show that soon, very soon. So I just wanted to bring that out real quick. I hope this was edifying. Just look this up when you get a chance. This and this. So Alice Parker and Roy Hamilton. So with that, I'm gonna conclude it. Until the next time, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem Racha HaKodash. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone. Kwam Yasha Allah, Morph, Lil Babal. Shalom.